Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's review, I feel like the best thing that I can try to offer you for tonight's recap are two views, one of which is something like a 1 to 3 day view. I would really like to quote it as being the analysis for Friday into Wednesday of next week. So that is one section of thinking. And then from there, you have the section that thinks about into the end of the year. So let's just call that December 31st. So from those 2 points of view, we can begin by looking at Tesla. Maybe you'd prefer looking at the SPX to get started because there are similar themes here where the break that you saw on Wednesday and into Thursday no doubt are incredibly significant. And they are the types of breaks that big picture should lead to lower prices. But for tomorrow's decision, and again into that Wednesday, it is really whether or not they can recover 43.50. Now, I don't know where Friday morning opens. If we get into the cash session and price is way down here, there's not going to be any reason to buy that. But if you can recover 43.50, there may be a little bit of a bounce to be had, and that would tie back in with these critical option levels in Tesla at 255, right? Tesla down very much in sympathy with the market, similar as far as percentage moves are concerned. But I'd have you look at this and think about how these put walls, essentially option areas of key importance, have really been keeping things aloft. So when you look at this at 255, this put wall becomes a very important area where, again, if there's some type of modest bid to start the session, I think you could see Tesla above 255 and on the way back to 263. Now that's a day trading way of thinking. That's very short term. If that doesn't happen, well, then of course downside is the other option. But I want to think about that again from Friday into Wednesday for something like this. And then that longer term perspective where once the put wall of 255, you kind of start chewing through it, well then that will become 250, will become 240, and I actually think is subject to lower prices. So we'll see about that. But then the other one, and we were working off of this in the options room today, is the put wall in Microsoft. And maybe this is a better place to discuss this way of thinking, because when you look at the Qs, we're down just almost 2%. But then you look at Microsoft, that's down 0.4, and actually had kind of this indecision doji kind of candle. It's like, why didn't that continue to go on and get hammered? Well, because there's an influence at the 320 strike. Just like Tesla, if we open up down at 313 tomorrow and just keep falling, well then those put walls will roll to lower strikes. But from Friday and into Wednesday, could we see a reversion to the mean? A little bit of a bounce that crushes out the 320 puts that will expire tomorrow. And then, after the bounce comes through, then you can proceed to lower prices. So these are just a couple of patterns that I see in the market. Again, the bigger picture view into the end of the year, I think all of this is starting to become very questionable, something that's very subject to lower prices. And, we'll allow for bounces inside that. So I hope you find the review helpful. If you have any other questions, comments, or otherwise, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the rooms tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful. And if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.